This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
The X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is largely an opinion talk show. All opinions, comments, or statements of fact expressed by Rob McConnell's guests are strictly their own and are not to be construed as those of the X-Zone Radio Show or endorsed in any manner by Rob McConnell, Relmar McConnell Media Company, the X-Zone Broadcast Network, its affiliated networks, stations, employees, or advertisers.
All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X-Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome to the X-Zone, everyone. I am Rob McConnell. We're coming to you live from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. If you'd like to send me an email, xzone at xzoneradiotv.com on all social media sites, X-Zone Radio TV. And, of course, if you'd like to check out all the great programming we have available for you on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net. My first guest tonight, X-Zone Nation, is Christina Hill, and she channels the angel Athella. And Christina is a certified hypnotist, spiritual life coach, and renowned psychic channeler. She is also a Reiki master and a certified acutronics practitioner. Christina met the angel Athella in 2015 while in deep hypnosis. Now, Athella told Christina her life's purpose had been revealed, and the two set up to share Athella's messages of healing, balance, and wholeness with the world. Her website is www. Do you have your pencils and papers ready? Athella.com, I believe. Did I get that right?
.org.
.org.
Yes.
Oh, darn it. Christina, welcome to the X-Zone, and, of course, to Angel Athella as well.
Thank you, Rob. It's just a pleasure and an honor to be joining you. And yes, that is Athella.org, O-R-G. So thank you for that warm introduction. We're very happy to be here.
Tell me about the meeting that you had when you first met Angel Athella.
Well, some people, they get struck by lightning. Some people get hit on the head with a planted pot. Mm-hmm. Other people, it's a car crash or near-death experience. For me, it was this epic, profound, deep regression session that I did in hypnosis. And I was guided through a regression session where I could explore. I kind of walked down some hallways and was looking around in there. And I had many years training and expertise in hypnosis prior to this, leading up to this. But this session was, it was surreal. It was unlike anything I had ever experienced. And leading up to it, though, I should mention, I had very profound and deep feelings coming up through my throat, just this sensation that something was trying to get out through my throat. And every time I would go into hypnosis, which was practically every day, sometimes several times a day, I would have this experience of something is coming up my throat. Mm-hmm. Something needs to be said. And that feeling, that kept nagging at me through the years, and it actually led me to see a specialist, a regression specialist. So that particular session that day was my first experience with a regression, and I was in this deep state. It was almost like I had left my body. I think I probably had at that point, and Athella appeared. She was this glorious angel with this shimmery, shiny, bright blonde hair and these oceanic eyes, blue-green eyes. And she was engulfing me. It was there was no missing it. And it was a conversation. It was a felt body experience. There was an exchange there that transformed me. Coming up from that, I had definitive information, plans, and a blueprint, really, of what it is that I was going to do. Athella, she spoke very gently to me, but there was no mincing words about it. We're going to be embarking on this journey together. You're going to be presenting my voice, really. You're going to be used as the vessel for healing throughout the world, and humans need this, and this is the time. And all you got to do is learn how to relax, and let me do the work. And it's going to be a bit weird. This is going to feel weird. But we're going to do it together, and it's going to be one foot in front of the other. And in the meantime, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to meet other spiritual leaders. You're going to be, really taking this journey with me. And I'm your CEO. So it was really, it just changed me completely. And so from that moment on, I went ahead and did exactly as she said. And now I work with clients around the world. And Athella is all about healing. So she's healed me. She's healed my loved ones, the clients that I work with. And she does have a very distinct manner about her. She's here for healing. So she'll...
All right.
Yeah.
We've got to take a break. Please stand by. Christina Hill is our special guest with
Thank you.
Athella. Her website is www.athella.org. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell, and Christina, Athella, and I will be back on the other side of this break as we continue investigating the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology right here in the X Zone.
This is the X Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
I am Dr. Carl O'Helvey, founder, president of a new cancer foundation focusing on evidence-based physical, mental, and spiritual interventions, including natural cancer cures, prayer, meditation, affirmations, nutrition, and other related holistic cancer prevention and cure modalities. These are used in cancer education, research, and financing care. I ask for your help to continue this important work by donating at www.holisticcancerfoundation.com.
Hello, I'm Pete Marsh. With my daughter Justina, we will be presenting the new radio show, Too Good to Be True. If something seems too good to be true, it usually is. But with the help of Justina's amazing gifts, we're going to gain insight into questions that don't yet have complete answers. Have you wondered who built Stonehenge and for what reason? Why are crop circles found in the same region as Stonehenge and elsewhere? Are crop circles a hoax, or are they created with technologies that we have little knowledge of? Who built the pyramids in Egypt and also in other countries? How and why were they built? Was the Titanic switched with the Britannic as part of a gigantic insurance fraud, or for more insidious reasons? What caused the Tunguska event when trees were flattened over an 800 square mile area in Siberia? Will the new insights be too good to be true? Well, that will depend on what you are prepared to believe. Please join us as we start on this journey together. For more information on Too Good to Be True, visit www.xzbn.net.
Little children aren't the only ones afraid of the dark. Millions of soldiers return from war zones with PTSD, anger, frustration, fear, and loneliness, much of which surfaces during the darkness of the night. You have the chance to change the lives of these American heroes. Songs and Stories for Soldiers.us provides free MP3 players for these men and women. With a list of 3 million songs in 16 different styles, 100,000 audiobooks, and 30,000 old-time radio programs, every veteran can find something to soothe and comfort them at no cost. All our players contain an 8-hour audio program designed to help veterans fall asleep. With 1,500 plus vets now participating, it's our goal to deliver 10,000 audio players this year. Go to our website at songsandstoriesforsoldiers.us. Help us help a veteran make it through the night.
Christina Hill is my special guest, and she is a psychic channeler, and she's going to be sharing angelic wisdom from Healing Ascended Master Athella. Her website is www.athella.org. Now, what is the difference between an angel and an ascended master?
That's a great question, Rob. I get that asked often, and Athella's take on this is that it's all the same. These are labels for human minds to make it easier for humans to distinguish this from that, or just to help provide a buffer for people so that they can get to a point to where they believe that these things exist and they can communicate. But really there is no difference. There is one distinction I'll say with Athella. If you're thinking of a building and there's many floors to the building, in fact, on our website, athella.org, there's a video of this. It's a cool little video that you can watch, and you can see that there's different levels of understanding and awareness, and Athella being at the top. She's worked, her soul has worked the track to get to that point. And then there's other beings, there's other spirits that we could call guides, that have volunteered to be of service to be with humans, and they come in all different shapes and sizes and all different levels. And to get to that top level, though, you're really in service. You're providing service, you're volunteering, and you're helping humans out. So that's one distinction there, but really, honestly, what we're talking about here is energy, and energy being everywhere, always present, everlasting, eternal, and vibration. So really, Athella wants people to get away from the labels, actually, and focus more on what the energy is, and be with that more.
It also sounds like Athella is a great proponent for love.
Totally. Yeah. And love being the highest vibration of all.
Isn't that true?
So really, it's very simple. It's getting back to basics with Athella. When she does live events, we do retreats,
right,
and one-on-one sessions, and it's really getting back to basics of what it feels like to be in a love vibration, and humans getting back to that awareness of, well, what am I creating right now? What vibration am I in right now? And where are my guides at? Where am I in relationship to that? And learning techniques and tools for getting yourself in the flow of that vibration continuously, not just on Sundays.
That's true.
Always.
I've been doing this show now for 26 years. And over the 26 years, I have seen a flux within the members of society. For example, when I first started going back to 1991, it was all about extraterrestrials. And then it changed to ghosts. And then it changed to angels. And then it changed and so on and so forth. But there was always one constant. Love. Always. People would talk about extraterrestrials, and they had a message of love. People would talk about angels, and of course, angels always talk about love.
Right.
You know, people would talk about ghosts, and ghosts were giving the message about love. Love is the constant. Poets know it. Musicians know it. Children know it. Animals of all our God's creatures, they show unconditional love. And I think that when you look back in the 60s, the flower power children, the hippies, that's my kind of era, it was all about love. The awakening started back then. And wow, how far it's growing. And it's because of people like you, your mission, your Athella, that I have great hopes for this society of ours, this world of ours. Sure, at times it seems a little darkest before the dawn, but you know what? Love is going to get us through everything. And one day we're all going to wake up and say, what were we thinking?
Right.
And
it's the contrast, Rob.
It is.
That's right. I so fully appreciate this flux you're talking about here, which, by the way, coincides with the earth changes and with what the ancients have spoke of, and what I think angels and other beings have talked about, which is that we are undergoing rapid change. It's another reason why we're seeing other channelers, other gifted healers. Everyone is emerging, and this waking up to discover that love never leaves.
Yeah.
It's not flippant. We're not. It's the sun arrives every day, and we have it. It's dependable. It's really us getting in the way of us. So, and as a hypnotherapist, as a coach, I'll tell you, one of the great deterrents, or one of the obstacles that people have by far, is the thinking mind, your own thoughts, your own dialogue, and you getting in the way of you, which is obscuring that light and the love. And so again, coming back to, what does love feel like? Like, what does it feel like for you, Rob, in your body when you feel like you're in the flow of love vibration? Surely it has definitive feelings in the body. So what does it feel like for you? I'm curious.
Well, for example, my day is filled with love. I have got a job where I speak and interact with the most interesting, positive people that anyone could ever meet. I get butterflies. I get goosebumps. The hair on my arms stand up. It's like an inner warmth meeting an outer warmth. It's the feeling of total serenity, and knowing that if I can touch one heart each and every night, then I am ecstatic, because the message is, you're not, number one, listener, you're not alone. Number two, you are loved by people that you don't even know love you. You never walk alone. And that all you need to do is look around and see the wonders that surround you in order to understand the magnitude of the love that you are the recipient of.
And Rob, that, for me, that, and for Athella, she'll tell you, that's channeling. Right there, what you just did. That is a love-based form of channeling, and humans do it all the time.
Exactly.
And why is it important to highlight this? Well, because a lot of people have this idea that channeling is a superhuman feat. You got to be, shaved head in a monastery or some kind of guru to have gotten to this point. And there's a lot of spiritual ego in our society now these days too. And none of that. What you just shared brings tears to my eyes. Just that is love. That is an energy, and you're in it. It saturates your day.
Yeah.
So to everyone listening, and I know this isn't new. This is not new, but people aren't integrating it. So Athella says we need reminders. We just need to be reminded again and again until it's full integration time, and we have an upgraded human. And I think we'll get to that in a moment. But really, what Rob is speaking to is, he lives his life that way. So if you're finding that you're in a darkened space, or that you're not living in that way where you're saturated with joy, you're living on purpose, your divineness is coming forward, shining through you, you feel great. There's feelings there associated with that. If you're not there, find a way to get there, and begin that way. Working with Athella, she's worked with people who ask that very question. How do I come into love vibration in my life and live my divine purpose?
But that is so simple. I had a saying many years ago, life is simple. We complicate it. Because unless something is totally complicated, we can't believe it to be real. And if you want to see the simplicity of love, the next time you're out, look at somebody and smile. They'll smile back. Look at the face of a child. The wonderment that those little eyes just light up and you get that little smile on their face. Whether their person is of any ethnic origin, remember, the color of the skin is just like the cover of the book.
Oh, beautiful.
We are all people. We all have pages. We're all the same. And it's about time we got rid of the religious philosophical dogma. Get rid of the ego, because there is no place for ego. Ego is one of the most negative emotions and negative traits that we humans have.
Right.
Anyway, I'm
sorry. And again, Rob, I feel this is a format, a platform for you, and hallelujah to that. I mean, that you can be from this platform and project and channel that, because the love, I feel it, and people listening to this, it's going to come inside their ears and they're going to feel it. That's love. And you're right. It's completely simple. And I want to take just a quick brief moment too to just reiterate something. I think people know this already, but you don't need things, external things to ignite that. You could be in prison and you can still begin this process of being in love vibration. And that's liberation, and you don't need things to get there. So the light that comes on within, you can switch it on anytime, and now is the time to do that.
The ironic part about love is that most people find love in their darkest hour.
Yes.
Because they shed everything else. All the ego, all the stigma, everything. They are so low, and they look at the belly of an amoeba that is passing over them and say, "My God, that's beautiful."
Oh.
They find love, and it is no secret that within the justice system, when somebody is incarcerated, they find their own true religion. The majority of people are not repeat offenders.
Right.
The majority of people find Jesus, find Allah. Find their own religious philosophy that they can associate with, that they turn themselves around.
Right. And they feel it in their, again, going back to the body, but this is a felt body experience. It clicks because human beings are designed this way. You are actually designed to be in love vibration. You're not designed to live in suffering. I mean, that's not why we're here. So you'll know it when it clicks for you, and you find, you could call it your own religion, you could call it just being in the flow, or whatever you need to call it, but you'll eventually get to a point where you don't need to call it anything at all, and you'll just be. And that's a great place to exist in. But you'll feel it in the body. And so just do this. Make it a repeated habit, is to come to saturate yourself with love energy. And the more that we do that, I think, Rob, that is really, as you say, the hope for humanity, giving the beacon of light for humanity. The more that we come into love vibration and sustain this, then the more sanity and light that returns to our world and to humans, to humanity.
And one very important thing that people forget about love, love transcends space and time. Love never dies. Never. In fact, it grows. And we see this Live Aid concert around the world helping. You've got the telethons raising money for research. You've got people helping people. That's love.
That's love.
Yeah.
All of it.
You and I have to take our news break. Please stand by, my dear friend. Exonation, psychic channeler Christina Hill is our special guest, and she's sharing angelic wisdom from Healing Ascended Master Athella this hour here in the X Zone. And if you'd like to get more information on Christina and Athella, visit www.athella.org. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell. This is a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. And we come to you Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until 2 a.m. Eastern, right here on the X Zone Broadcast Network, Talkstar Radio Network, across Europe on Radio X, and of course on the Sirius digital platform. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Dreams are our personal gateways into infinite wisdom. Don't miss shamanic counselor and indigenously trained dream decoder Sandra Corcoran's inspiring book, Shamanic Awakening Between the Dark and the Daylight. This remarkable work chronicles Sandra's 35 years of experience with diverse wisdom keepers and her initiations throughout the Americas and across the British Isles, Turkey, Greece, and Egypt. Sandy's knowledge of symbology, psychology, and myth influence her dream blog and workshops. Sandy offers private tarot readings, international journeys, a meditative CD, as well as her book, Shamanic Awakening, to encourage you as you navigate this earth walk, creating a deeper connection to yourself and all that is. Find this and more at Sandy's website, starwalkervisions.com.
This is the X Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
How would you like to be able to read other people's minds? Well, the next best thing is here. When you know how to read a person's name, you know how the person thinks, feels, and behaves. Each letter in our name holds a key to unlock our true essence. Our name contains both our gifts and challenges in this lifetime. Mnemology science discovers personality secrets hidden in the placement of the letters of our names, including the first and last impression people remember about us. Sharon shows us how to interpret the arrangement of letters as outlined in her book, Know the Name, Know the Person. Sharon Lynn Wyeth created mnemology science after 18 years of research and testing her theories, and has supported thousands of people around the world in understanding themselves and others better. You'll enjoy Sharon's unique teachings as she shares her system to learn the gifts behind your given birth name. Even if you don't like your birth name, there are jewels in this book. If you're thinking of changing your name, ready to name your child, or wanting to get along better with others, this is the book for you. If you'd like to improve your relationships and change your life for the better, get the book today, Know the Name, Know the Person, or visit www.knowthename.com. That's www.knowthename.com.
Hello, I'm Justina Marsh, and with my dad Pete, we are going to present a new show called Too Good to Be True. Together, we are aiming to discover more truths about this world and beyond. Do you have unanswered questions about the world? Do you ever wonder about aliens, conspiracy theories, or the universe? There are many shows discussing subjects such as pyramids or UFOs, but we want to relay this information based on our own research, including from spiritual means. Hopefully, listeners will be helped with their own beliefs and will appreciate the psychic insights that add to the previous research and information. We both look forward to sharing this insight and beginning this journey with our listeners. Visit xzbn.net for more information about when to listen.
Welcome back, everyone. Don't forget, we can also be heard on iHeartRadio, as well as the X Zone Broadcast Network, as well as on Spreaker, as well as on Talkstar Radio Network, Radio X, and many more. All you have to do is go to your local Google search engine and type in X Zone Radio. My guest this hour is Christina Hill, and she is with us, and we're talking about angelic wisdom from Healing Ascended Master Athella. And first of all, Christina, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the work that you are doing with Athella, spreading the word of love and wisdom.
Rob, I'm grateful to be of service. Thank you.
Now, how do you contact Athella, and how does she channel through you?
Athella has, she and I have been working on a technique where I just go away for a while. I sit back, I get profoundly relaxed, and then I let her take the reins, really. So she works through my body, through my vocal cords, and that process is known as first-person channeling. And she's let me know there's different kinds of channelers, but everyone channels, and part of her message is to let people know that channeling is commonplace. It's a common human experience, and anyone can learn how to channel. And first-person channeling, though, it's in a league of its own. And what I do is I'll often have preparations for and then post-care after for doing this work. But I live a pretty unique lifestyle to make all of this possible. I'm a vegan and an athlete, so I do most of my day is spent outside, and I do a series of meditations every day and meetings with my CEO, Athella, of course,
right,
and client sessions. So for me, it's a process of just getting deeply relaxed and letting it flow.
Where does Athella live or reside? Is she in this dimension, another dimension? Is she part of a multiverse?
She is part of a multiverse is a great way to put it. So there's a fusion, to be honest, between her and myself. We have a very close connection, but it's a multiverse that she stands in, and she works from above. So she'll often say, lift your eyelids, lift your eyebrows, and look up. And I'll do some eye movements to connect with her. But really, she focuses on what's most important, and that's healing for humans. And she doesn't go into, one of her things is she doesn't talk a lot about speculative topics, right, or doesn't want to create sensationalism for herself. So it's really more about let's focus on the healing work at hand rather than the how-tos. And she's kind of big on, letting the universe does what it does, and then humans, they need to do their part. So for me, my work with her is to be the vessel. Take care of the vessel and stay open and allow her voice to come forward. So if you give me a few moments here,
sure,
Rob, I can go ahead and access Athella the way that I do. And I'd love to have her voice heard, and that you guys could converse and carry it on from here.
Certainly. Go right ahead, and let me know when Athella's ready.
Lots of love and light. Thank you.
You're welcome.
An accelerated process. Welcome, dear friends.
Am I now speaking to Athella?
This is I am Athella.
Athella, thank you very much for joining us, and we welcome you as we have welcomed Christina to our listeners around the world. And Athella, is there a special message that you would like to share with our listeners who, for the first time, may be hearing the voice of an ascended master through a vessel?
Leave the thinking part of your brain which desires to reconstruct or question or try to decipher things, the quality of my voice even. Leave those and just be here with us. Sit with me for a while. Earthly world now contains too much noise, rapid movement of brain, this plagues human minds. So for a time, we will just sitting quietly. The message is that you are divine light beings, each of you. Knowing this, if you were to fully encompass this truth, the world would be free from disaster, and you would all be in true form, whole. You are getting there. So please remove the thoughts, relinquish the thoughts about what this is, how it is possible, who I am, and just be free. Fly with me for a while. It feels good.
Athella, has there ever been a time in the history of we humans on this planet where love reigned and freedom was as common as we one day hope it will be again?
Oh yes. And this began with water beads and droplets of water and purity found at the base and the heart of Atlantis, and there are other such examples. This discussion, however, is not as important as learning what love is. You have already begun to decipher this love energy, to remain in love's light continuously as a lifestyle. There is nothing to do externally. Healing on the whole and for Earth begins with the individual. It is, as you say, simplistic, rudimentary, and easy. Quit thinking so much. Move away from electronics. Do not consume deadness, the deadening foods. Be with the assistance that is with you, your caretakers, your team of light beings. Call them what you choose. They are there for your benefit and to aid you. Move the body joyfully. These are but a few of the teachings, and they are not new, old wisdom.
Athella, it seems in today's world, as you stated, with all the electronics, all the fast movements, all of the spent energy worrying about the almighty dollar, it is no secret that many in this world have put the dollar at the top of their list of love, and they have put love at the bottom of their list. How do we change this, Athella?
Decision. Decide that the consistency and quality of love energy is what is real. You know this. Knowing it and living it, those are separate things. It begins with recognition of what ego is, its role. There is a healthy role for ego. Mm-hmm. Money being a form. Forms, we can play with them. They come and go. The foundation of the human is light being. These are words. I wish that we could communicate henceforth without the words. They are obstacles. But for now, we use words. Decide that money being the form, it is not who you are. You are already an abundant light being. And then set out to discover your truest nature. You do this by stopping, putting a halt to the thoughts of money. Notice when you are thinking of money, there is an energy here. Become curious about this energy. Are you dependent upon this energy, the security? There's an energy field there, and it is based often in fear. Go to the bottom of this and release. No matter what, humans are being upgraded, and you have many examples to look to. There are many leaders who have themselves relinquished external material wealth, and they are living in pure light. Money has a form. It has its place. It is not, however, a replacement for you and your connection to Source.
What happens to those of us who are living in this plane, in this reality, in this dimension, when our biological unit ceases to exist? What happens to our inner being, our inner light?
That is always the constant. It is the love energy which never ceases. It ejects from the body. That is the best way I can say it with language. The ejection is ascension. From there you float. Soul takes inventory, looking at where you have been, where you wish to go, communing with others, and then choice. Do I enter physical form yet again to come back to Earth School, to be schooled, to live once more in physical, or do I travel remaining here or take up service to become a guide for another being in human form? These are all options.
Athella, you and I and our dear friend Christina have to take what we call a commercial break now. Please rest, and we'll be back very shortly. Exonation, our guest this hour, is Christina Hill, and she is channeling the angelic wisdom from Healing Ascended Master Athella right now. If you'd like to find out more about Christina and Athella, please visit www.athella.org. Love, my friends, as I have been saying for the last, 26 years on this show, is what life is all about. Love. Love is all around us. And if you need to if you need to prove to yourself that love is real, number one, look in the mirror. That person on the other side, looking back at you, loves you, and that's just one. You are loved. You will always be loved. And love is there for each and every one of us to share. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away. Hi, everyone. Rob McConnell here, and I wanted to spend a moment on internet streaming. Everybody has heard about internet streaming, but not many know much about it. Did you know the internet streams just about everything?
Movies.
From new releases to old classics.
TV shows.
Almost every show, every episode, and much more. But the question has always been, how do you do it? Well, now, thanks to the folks at 123 Ready TV, I have the answer for you. They have developed a simple program app, 123 Ready TV, that you install on your Windows PC, Android smartphone, or Android tablet that can have you streaming like a pro in less than 5 minutes. You truly won't believe how much is available or how easy it is to do until you try. And for a one-time cost of only $19.99, this product is a real winner. To learn more about 123 Ready TV, visit our website at www.xzbn.net.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi, you can still listen to the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell, The Science of Magic with Gwilda Wiyaka, X-1, Dimension X, Space Patrol, and every minute of the X-Zone Broadcast Network by calling 213-401-0080, courtesy of Audio Now. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan, and it's free if you have unlimited minutes. Call 213-401-0080 to listen on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Remember, 213-401-0080 for the best of the paranormal, parapsychology, and sci-fi radio programming anywhere, 24/7, 365.
True healing must address 4 levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, for us to live joyful and productive lives. We tend to treat 3 of the 4, leaving the spiritual languishing. If you're tired of the same dysfunctional patterns cropping up in your life, Soul Balancing is for you. Trixie Phelps, owner and founder of Soul Balancing, is a naturally gifted energy healer trained in numerous esoteric forms, including shamanism. Trixie has created a powerful modality that safely and effectively clears your energetic field. A Soul Balancing session can remove interference, heal trauma, and restore your hope. Contact Trixie for a life-changing long-distance session today, www.soulbalancing.world. There's a legend shared by many indigenous cultures of a time when the nations were cast to the 4 corners of the world. Each nation was given a body of sacred knowledge that held a different portion of the truth to preserve. True reality could not be known until all the nations reunited, combining the information. If a single one was missing, the world could not be reborn and darkness would prevail. The Science of Magic Radio is dedicated to reuniting the sacred knowledge. With the understanding, none of us has all the answers, but together we can open new perceptions and possibilities. Through our combined vision, the world can be reborn into a place where darkness no longer prevails. Join me, Gwilda Wiyaka, and the Science of Magic daily on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, xzbn.net, or visit us at thescienceofmagic.net.
Welcome back, X-Zone Nation. My guest this hour is Christina Hill, and she is channeling right now the Ascended Master Athella. And if you'd like to find out more about Christina Hill and Athella, please go to www.athella.org. Athella, I would like to thank you for joining us tonight here, to coming through, Christina, and sharing your message to the listeners that are listening to us right now around the world. Before I ask you to let Christina back to us, can you tell me if there's a message that you'd like to share with me or the members of the X-Zone?
Firstly, Rob, you are alchemist. I am proud of your alchemy. You have blended the talents of a learned, wise sage from all different art forms to come into a form of mediumship yourself, something which you rarely credit yourself to, and I give you credit for. Your voice, as it eclipses ears of humans, is a joy.
Thank you.
A joy starter. Second, there is no coming and going. I am here, no matter what, in the ether, you could say. It is easier, though, when I have voice and chords to use to produce language, words, inflection. The message I have for you, there is a guide that is with you. Scoria is the one who produces creative energy in your brain, left and right hemisphere. So when creative solution is needed, you may speak your guide's name aloud. This ignites pathways in the brain. Scoria.
Scoria.
I will have Christina write it for you.
I thank you so much, and I do hope from the bottom of my heart that we have the pleasure of once again joining you and Christina so that your message can get out there, and between us we can let those listening feel the love that I am fortunate enough to understand and realize each and every moment of my life.
And that is love. Coming back, coming back, coming back, coming back. Coming back. Thank you, Rob.
Oh, thank
This
you.
is Christina. Thank you.
Oh, it's I who thank you and Athella for a most enlightening time. How do you feel when you come out of this? Is it a trance? Is it a? How would you describe it?
And so I'm coming back online here. I would describe it as, first of all, it's a process that I've really tried to, I really take very seriously, honestly. Like the violinist, every
Right.
single fine note that's played is examined, and so for me, it's been a process of learning how to come back gracefully. And I started this process out laying down and then worked my way slowly into an upright seated position. And just very recently, I have surmounted a goal I had for myself. Athella wanted me to learn how to channel standing up, and no chair or back of a chair needed. And so what it feels like, though, is a euphoric state. I don't feel my limbs. I don't feel my body. It's a blissful state. It's a sanctuary. And Athella just puts me on hold, I would say. That's the best way to describe it. I'm on hold.
Right.
I've never sneezed or coughed or anything while I'm in this place. And she allows me to just stay nice and relaxed, comfortable in this bliss. And slowly coming out of it, it does take me 3 or 4 minutes to come fully back. But I don't have total recall. In fact, sessions are recorded. When clients come to me, I'll have to go back and review the material because my slate gets wiped clean. And I think that's supposed to be that way. Athella makes it nice and comfortable for me. And I take good care of my physical body to make that work, to make all of it work for her.
I was reading in your bio that I believe at the age of 5 you began assisting people who were crossing over.
That is true, yes.
Age of 5, wow.
As a child, a lot of kids, they're in kindergarten, right? You're focused on play, playing with dolls and interacting with your peers. My existence was something else. I was more concerned about how am I going to stay in this physical body with all the things that are flying at me, and I saw dead people. I mean, there's no better way to say it than that. And I thought everybody else did too. I thought that was normal. And so much sensory input, my system just on overload all the time, that I couldn't help but share with adults and especially other adults, what I was experiencing. And you know what, Rob, that really landed me in a heap full of trouble. Often my sharing would entail beatings. And I grew up in a very abusive home and a very religious home at that one. So I wasn't safe to share what I was seeing. But I went to more funerals and more physical deaths. Because, of course, everyone knows that we don't really die. There's no such thing. But physical deaths I experienced and witnessed and assisted with when I was beginning at 5. That's my first one that I remember. More so than birthday parties and those other fun things that kids do, people who were passing through their physical bodies would come to me, and often confused, often like, oh, what's happening? Can you tell me what's happening? You can see me, so what do I do now? What now? Or it would be, gosh, I really lament my life. Please be here with me and let me be sad for a while because I didn't do what I wanted to. Oh, I really messed this up. Man, I wish I could go back and change this. Or even rarer would be the time, could you please, I had a child, for example, a little girl who came to me when I was 8, and she said, could you please go to my parents' house and tell them that I'm fine? Tell Mommy to please take the pictures down off the walls and tell Daddy to stop crying incessantly, and would use these really adult words. And so I did. I found a way to go over to their place and meet with them, talk to them, and depict how their daughter, even down to the last little detail, how their daughter died that day and that she didn't suffer. And so that was my calling. But I can't really say that I saw any of this as a gift at that point. It was more like a curse, and the world around me definitely not supportive of this. It only served, though, to bring me here. So I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for every last little minute and the suffering that I had to endure to get to this point. I'm thankful for, and I'm thankful that I have this gift now. Also, for people who are grieving, again, check out my website. There's a testimonial there, someone who's brave enough to just share so openly about their grieving process, their bereavement process of becoming a widow and then finding that reconnection. And now she lives a totally different life connected to her husband and his soul, his spirit. And so again, there's no such thing as death. If you hold an ice cube in your hand, it's going to melt into water and those droplets are going to come down off your hand. That's the process. It's just change. You're changing. Yep. You're not dying. That's not the end. So we have examples in nature of what the death process is. And I have some real good firsthand accounts and stories to tell and stories to share about beautiful passing, beautiful transition, and how wonderful it can be, how relieving it can be, and for those around you. But that's another show, Rob, I think, right? Am I right?
I think we'll have to do another show. Christina, what are your final thoughts for the X-Zone Nation tonight? We've got about a minute and a half left.
I believe in this word that we've said again and again on this show, love. Yep. So to point to that, that's a word, right? But a feeling. So today, everyone that's listening to it this evening, hold on to something that you love and be in love vibration just a little bit longer every day. Spend more time in love vibration than you do in any other vibration. That's going to take you there. That's the pathway to your own personal evolution.
And if people would look at love as more than a word but a lifestyle, man, how soon this world would change into a love fest. And this is what I believe in my heart of hearts that this is the direction that we're going. Christine, I want to thank you ever so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for allowing Athella to come out and to share her wisdom with us. It was greatly appreciated, and I look forward to the next time when you and I meet back here in the X-Zone. Until then, love and blessings to you both.
Love and blessings to you as well. Until we meet again, my friend.
Take care of yourself. And X-Zone Nation, if you'd like to get more information about our guest this hour, her name is Christina Hill, and she channels the Ascended Master known as Athella. Her website is www.athella.org. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news at 6.5 minutes past the top of the hour as we continue here in the X Zone, investigating the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology, and much, much more from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Don't go away.